So today actually not today, it was supposed to be Friday, and I want to tell a little story with this one, just because it's about being smarter, and it's a bit like lessons that I learned. So here's the backdrop, is I periodise my programme, or the end of year programme, to hit a deadlift PB, or attempt a deadlift PB on the Friday, it's now Monday. Went for some soft tissue treatment, and it was very, very good, but it was very intense deep tissue work on my left hip. It felt great afterwards, but absolutely battered, like just really, really done in, but in a good way. I knew it needed it. So then that was on the Thursday, coming to train on the Friday and deadlift PB, or attempt a heavy deadlift. And obviously in the past I'd usually go, yeah, let's try it, but you know, you've changed your body structure, you've changed a lot of factors and so forth. So decided to leave it, and instead resting over the weekend. I'm not going to deadlift today, I'm just going to do the running attempt, so the mile run, and see where I'm up to with that for the end of year, just to see where I'm up to. So that's what today's going to be, and a little bit thoughts about obsession, which I'd like to go into a little bit. So painful. Oh. Okay, and the lap pause. There you can see, I haven't seen this. 5:25. So that was very, very, very painful. So when I used to train, when I was primarily training for strongman, and when I used to think I was very obsessed with it, I was only obsessed with the training, and used to think that I was kind of hardcore. And what I've learned is that being hardcore isn't doing one aspect 110% and the rest 30. It's about doing everything as something you can sustain. So every aspect of your life has to be about 70, with a little bit more focus on one area, but not so much focus where it takes it away from the others. You know, go back when I used to again think I was obsessed with training. I'd train as hard as I possibly could, but I wasn't doing the stuff outside core work. I wasn't trying to focus on recovery. I wasn't being smart with my training days. I was training every day I possibly could and not putting attention into proper recovery. I'm not looking at the big picture. I was just going with muscle size and strength, not looking at CV fitness, not looking at overall, joint health. But now, even though I'm nowhere near obsessed with goals, because when I used to miss a goal or not lift a weight or not hit a PB, it used to really impact me, and I get upset and impact my life or quality of life. Now I couldn't care less about those things, because most goals, you might not achieve them on the day or date that you want, but the only time you don't achieve them is if you just stop. So it's good to have goals and deadlines, because that's what gives you the need and purpose to work towards them. But if you don't hit them, just hit them at a later date and focus on how to become more efficient in all the other things and all the other areas that contribute to your success. So yeah, if you follow the podcasts, and I'd listened to episode 186 because that was recorded all part of last week, and it's about mindset and really challenge yourself in many ways. And to kind of segue onto the running side of things, I think that weights, you can find ways of cheating. You can bounce, you can use momentum, you can take the tension off muscle if you want to. You can always stop. But you can't do that with running. If you're going to hit a certain marker, you got to keep going. And I'd say a good 2 minutes into that run, I was already justifying quitting in my head. Genuinely was justifying the ways of how I could come out with an excuse of, oh, I ate poorly at the weekend, didn't sleep well last night, I was thinking of all the excuses I could come up with. But it's that thing of, if you quit there and then when you've given your best opportunities, that's got to stay with you. And I think at times, not every session, at times you've got to use that to really push yourself through. And I wouldn't say I'm anywhere close to it, but the story of David Goggins doing the 101 mile race in 19 hours, he said he was done at 70%, and then he found the extra 30 and he saw how he can transcend. I've just run a mile, so I'm not trying to say that I've done that, but what I'm trying to say is that the effort that you put in, you're probably not putting in 50 to 60% of what you possibly could do. But being hardcore and going all in on one area is usually missing the big picture, which you have to spread your efforts across everything to see how everything contributes, because it's all accumulative. Anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling. Thank you so much for watching this one. Goals for next year is I'd like to get that up to sub 5, so I need to shave 25 seconds off that. It's gonna be pretty grim. I'm going to set some deadlift and muscle mass goals as well, but I haven't decided on them yet. But next year, in 1 year's time, I'd like to get that under 5 minutes.